Hey everybody, Kane here, and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. So, in this one, we're going to talk a little bit about PvP, but we're going to talk about Android as well as iOS. So, the thing about that is, I have been spoiled by playing iOS, and by spoiled, I mean the type of gameplay that you can experience on iOS, especially on an iPad, is a lot different than that of what I am doing right now on Android. So the thing about that is the current meta of PvP is kind of based on speed. So the faster you're able to beat the enemy or destroy or cast abilities, the more damage you're denying the enemy from doing, the more damage you're sort of evading because you're beating the enemy's heroes. They lose prism arrays, they're not doing as much, and of course, they're losing HP values. So, in terms of replays, I have one particular one. So, I fought this guy. I beat him 4 times in a row. I believe in Minds of Mayhem, he didn't even win a single time. And then I fought this one, and the ability casts were just horrid. So yeah, that is what kind of happens on Android. So we kind of have to experience it, and of course count the abilities that I'm actually doing. And then of course we're gonna compare that with the iOS. Have to reset the battle because it's gonna reduce some lagginess, right? So I'm still recording it from PC. So one ability, two abilities, 3 seconds inside of the battle. Then we cast Ophidia. So that's 3. That was him casting. So 4. I casted the pet later than him. 5. I casted Blizzard. So we have 5 abilities at the beginning, 6, 7, at 11. And I guess the 8th ability is gonna come before 15, right? So 8 abilities at 14 seconds into the battle. So, I mean, pretty much it's self-explanatory. The battle is kind of lost after the dragon dies. In majority of the PvP, this side has been cleared in like 14 seconds or so. And that kind of comes down with who's casting abilities first. Like, if he's casting them all first, before me, and as you can see, even the pet was casted like, what, 1.5 seconds faster than me? I mean, that kind of explains majority of the PvP and majority of the kind of Android player base. So let's jump into the iOS gameplay. So this is a battle I've done on an iOS iPad on someone else's account. So this now is literally full graphics, right? Like I put full graphics to show you the difference that even on full graphics, you're going to experience the full gameplay right here. You're not going to understand anything what's happening here usually, and I'm probably going to have troubles even finding the abilities, but that's pretty much the gameplay difference. So we go on to the battle. The first thing I do is cast Avril, right? Like it's pretty much straight when the battle starts, straight after Lee, and it's still 58. You've seen that thing being 57 and a little bit into 57 on Android. So that's 2 abilities. Now, I would have casted Ophidia, but you don't yet see. It's gonna be showcased in just a second. He has a Topaz Dragon. And that Topaz Dragon makes it so I'm not able to cast Ophidia since she's silenced. So at this point, it would be 3 abilities on here. Like, that's how quickly I can cast these abilities. It's insane. So basically, we can just give it a say 3 abilities in this particular replay right now. So we casted a pet, I believe. So that's 4, that's 5, 6, 7. We can't say it's 8 now because Ophidia would have casted another one, and then should be 9. 9 at the same amount of time of the previous one, but we casted abilities faster. We have done more damage in a couple of seconds before the enemy had a chance to. So I have to point out where it is, because I don't think I stopped the video. There was frame by frame showing that Ophidia was silenced somewhere. Yeah. Now, you can see right here, that's Ophidia. So she has this particular thing right here where she is silent. So if I would not be facing that, that would be 9 or 10 total abilities in the same amount of time I casted 7 or 8. Now you have to understand, you have this particular talk hero. He is buffing a lot of percentages, a lot of stuff which further buffs other things. You're killing stuff quicker. And yes, even a couple of abilities being cast specific times, at specific places, it has huge outcomes in terms of the battle. Now, even a couple of procs faster, it has huge differences however the PvP goes. Like the simplest of thing, if these 3 heroes would die, right, instead of staying alive, that's a lot of damage the enemy is losing and a lot less damage I would require to do, if you understand what I mean. And the more abilities you cast, the stronger you are, the more cooldowns you're able to get off of cooldown and stuff like that. As well as another difference is since I was playing on PC, I can actually cast them a little bit quicker as well. Not only just because of the lag difference, but because I play with 2 hands opposed to just, a mouse. And if I get declicked, it's a lot worse. So honestly, hopefully I am kind of able to transfer to iOS. So essentially the PvP would be a lot better, videos would be a lot better, and of course, as you can see, like the gameplay is much more smoother and a lot better. Now, the only thing about that is the iPad is 4:3. So we're going to have black corners in most of the videos. So that's the only downside instead of 16:9. So at this point, it's going to disconnect because the battle is going to be over. So let's transfer to my client. So yeah, what do you guys think? Is there a pretty big difference? That was about maybe a couple of abilities that I could have casted faster. And if they're being cast faster than even 1 second or 2 seconds, that's a lot of DPS that you could have missed. Perhaps an auto you could have denied. Perhaps an Avril Arcanate proc that would have been such a huge thing that would have one-shotted a couple of heroes and made big difference. Now, the thing is, people can argue, but until they experience how PvP goes on Android, it's insane. Like, even people that play on iOS and message me like they don't understand how I'm even able to reach such rankings on Android. Personally, after being spoiled by iOS, I don't even know how I reach these rankings. But if I swap to iOS, I'm pretty certain I can even go higher. Because, my god, the gameplay is just so sweet. It's crazy. The difference is crazy. What do you guys think? How does it look? I mean, do you see the difference between what I'm kind of, with what I'm playing rather, and with what I'm playing on an iPad? And people can say others are complaining, but I don't think they actually understood the difference between the two. That one was full graphics and the other one was just basic stuff and even still lagging. Now, keep in mind that a replay is a tiny bit less laggy than that of a fight because you're not seeing declicks, you're not seeing, the amount of time it takes to cast an ability or aiming or stuff like that. People have seen the streams and they have seen me being declicked like 3 or 4 times in a row on Android. Opposed to like iOS, I don't even experience declicks. Like maybe 1 after a period of time or a few battles, maybe 2, but usually not in the same battle and not like 4 or 5 times as an Android. So yeah, that's also a thing. So do let me know in the comments down below what you also think. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. So as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really, really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.